Oh yeah, yeah, better hold on. What up, my dude? So, just letting you guys know if you want to go follow me on any of my social media stuff or Steam or Insta, any of that kind of stuff, my username is just Spencer Turley, no spaces and no capital letters. So, go add me up on all that, follow me up, you know what it is. All right, so let's talk about this whole Enduro thing for Milestone and kind of where they're at, where they've been with it, all that kind of stuff. So basically, here in Supercross 3, it's pretty much completely non-existent unless you really like try to scope it out, try to find a place to kind of make it, like right here. I mean, you can kind of sort of get that vibe going, you know what I'm saying? Kind of get it going a little bit right through here, but this is actually a really cool section right here. Damn, Milestone, make a track like this in here, dog. What are you doing? What are you doing? But yeah. So yeah. So as you guys know, that with MXGP Pro, they had a little enduro section on the freeride track, and then with MXGP 2019, they put the waypoint system in there where you could kind of start making your own little enduro tracks on the one freeride compound. They still haven't ever really put like dedicated enduro racing modes or real like trail modes, or I mean, you could even, you know, you would think in a Supercross game maybe they would have Enduro Cross where it's like the enduro shit inside a stadium, but they really just haven't done a whole lot of that in Milestone's entire career, and I just think it would only make their games better having that stuff in there, having a few. Like, even if it wasn't a lot, even if it was just like a little side, fun little hill climb series, or like a, you know, fun little 5-round Enduro Cross series, or a little 3-round hare scramble series, or, I mean, literally, if they just had just a little bit of that sort of feel, as you can see, I can hill climb like a boss, you know, it wouldn't take a lot, Milestone, and you know, we're all in fully understanding that's just the icing on the cake. That's just the extra stuff. That's not, you know, we're not sitting here asking for a full-blown trail series, even though that'd be fucking awesome. We're not asking for that, right? It's not like, I mean, we get it. You know, you got budgets, you got time constraints, you're trying to make a Supercross game. We get it, okay? I got all that, dog. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, holy shit. I mean, these are the things that made Reflex so great. Some of those older, you know, MX vs. ATV Unleashed, Untamed, they had so many different freeride tracks. They had so many of those other cool little side racing elements, whether it was like the, you know, the Waypoint, the Trail type series on Reflex. You had all these little cool, like, old school tag modes and all this different stuff. You had, like, Hill Climb series. You had the little 50cc tracks on some of those old games. You know, there's all these other little side fun things to do. And I feel like those were perfect things in those games to sort of give your brain a little bit of a relief if you started kind of, you know, the game started getting a little repetitive on whatever kind of main tracks that were in the game that you were playing on. Just started getting a little stagnant, a little repetitive, a little boring. You could go do that other fun little racing series of whatever. And I just think having a little enduro series or a little, you know, enduro cross or hare scramble or trail track or fucking anything, even like some, you remember on some of those old school, you know, ATV games where they had those really crazy, like, challenge things where you go up those wooden areas and shit. They could do something cool like that, you know, like really cool challenge area track things. I don't know. I just think there's a lot more evolution that Milestone could make. I don't give a shit what kind of game it is. I don't give a shit if it's an official Supercross game, an official motocross game. I don't care. Any sort of game out there needs multiple different types of content, multiple different variations of content to keep you interested and keep you wanting to play it and keep it fun. I cannot stand these idiots out here that defend less content. Like, all you dudes that are just okay with the Supercross game coming out and all it has in the game is just the 17 in-stadium Monster Energy Supercross tracks, you people that are okay with that low amount of content and a newer AAA $60 dirt bike game, you're insane, bro. You're insane, and I will never agree with you, and I will never side with you on that, because that is just so, like, 1/4 of the amount of content that we used to get and that we're used to getting in AAA motocross games. I mean, you go look at MX vs. ATV Supercross, that was, you know, it only had the Supercross tracks in that game, and what did they do? If I'm not mistaken, they made that game half price, because they knew it wasn't enough content. And then you get Milestone ripping through here with their first Supercross game. They do the exact same thing that MX vs. ATV Supercross did, only the whatever kind of in-stadium Supercross rounds, you know, 16, 17 in-stadium Supercross tracks. That's all that was in the game, and they charged you full price, $60. Bruh. You bought some graphics. That's basically all you did. You bought some graphics and Monster Energy logos, dog. Congratulations. That's literally what you did in the first Supercross game. They've been ripping your ass off as far as content. But now, you know, Supercross 3 comes out. Now you got these cool little training Supercross tracks. Why wasn't this in the first Supercross game? I don't know. Why wasn't there, you know, these 8 different training, you know, replicated off of the real life you know, manufactured test tracks? Where have these been this whole time? Finally, they're giving you a free ride compound that they didn't even do in the first Supercross game until later with paid DLC, right? It's like, dog. And so it's just going to advance from here. They're going to start giving you 2 or 3 motocross tracks in the next Supercross game, or give you a little Enduro series in the next Supercross game, or whatever, you know. It's not like Milestone's over there like, we can't do that because it's an official Supercross game. It's not like that. It's really just more of a, they're putting their time into other things, or it's laziness, or it's not a, some dude's got it in your head like it's a matter of Milestone's just making this conscious decision to not put these other kind of, you know, racing content and track content in the game. That's not it, dog. I'm telling you, that is not the case, dude. You can see it. I mean, Milestones went from only putting the in-stadium Supercross, 17 in-stadium Supercross tracks into their game to now giving you a compound, outdoor SX tracks. They fucking put an Enduro track on their little Enduro areas on their compound track on MXGP 2019 and MXGP Pro. Like, they're capable of doing it, dog. It's just a matter of they just haven't put enough of it in, really. That's what has really been the case. So, either way, I think everybody would love it, and it would only make the game better. That's all it comes down to. All you dudes sitting there saying it doesn't need any other kind of content, all it's going to do is make the game better, make it more longevity, more replayability, give you more of a reason to want to play the game more, bring more people into the games. That's all it's going to do. Why would you defend not doing that? It's like, why would you ever do that? Some of you boys, you're just, God, you're so, like, out of the loop of what makes motocross dirt bike games so good. You're so far out of that loop that you don't even get it. You're not even understanding it. When you're to the point where you defend less content in any game, you're off the rocker, dog. You're not really getting it. I'm just telling you. Like, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't just come down to Milestone putting in other kinds of tracks. Even if they didn't want to do that, let's just say it was like Milestone was like, nope, this is a Supercross game. All we're putting in is Supercross tracks. Even if they did do that, the game still only has about 1/4 of the content that you would expect, 1/4 of the track content you would expect in a motocross Supercross game. So, you know, they could still do more with Supercross track content, and you've seen that a little bit in Supercross 3 with those outdoor, you know, training test tracks, and they could go in there and have, like, you know, really cool, like, few like tropical outdoor Supercross tracks, or like a cool, I don't know, like a out in the desert, you know, just a cool outdoor Supercross track, or like a, you know, just something different from those in-stadium Supercross tracks, just to give you a little more content. I don't see what the problem with that is at all. Even if you are just on those kind of people that are like, this game, all it needs is official Supercross tracks and that's it. Like, dog, they can do more even with the Supercross content in their games to give you more content. You see what I'm saying? It's not just about them putting in more motocross tracks or more enduro tracks or whatever. you know, in those first 2 Supercross games, they didn't even have enough Supercross track content in those games. So even still, them games had about 1/4 of the amount of content that we've come to know and expect and love from these great games out here like Reflex and Unleashed and all these other, you know, all these other games. Like, that's just what you come to know and expect. You know, there's kind of became that standard for what you expect in motocross gaming as far as the track content goes, and these milestone games have just been slacking ever since they've started coming out. But now with Supercross 3, I feel like they're finally starting to step in the right direction on there. I don't think they're fully there yet, but I certainly think they are getting there. You know, they're stepping in that right direction with this really cool compound with the 8 different, you know, full-blown factory Supercross test tracks and all this other stuff. I really think they're starting to get it. So they just got to kind of broaden their creativity a little bit, broaden the spectrum a little bit, and they can really have some cool content for Supercross 4 and Supercross 5. Only trying to make the games better, guys. You know, you're getting mad at me for the exact opposite reason. That's the funny irony part to it all. All I'm trying to do is make the milestone games better, and all you people that are like super milestone fanboys getting so mad at me, you do realize let me just explain this. You do realize I'm trying to make the game that you love better, right? I'm trying to help them make the game better. Seems like some of you guys you're not even computing that. You're flipping it all around in your head like I'm just trying to hate on it, and I'm just trying to make it to where Milestone's never going to succeed and just, you know, completely fail as a company, and that's like my entire goal over here. I'm like scheming to try to make Milestone fall apart and fail. It's just like, oh my God, people they're so quick to be like, you're a hater of this, we're going to cancel culture you. You're just trying to hate on this. If you ever have a negative opinion about anything on YouTube, I swear to God, and you actually like voice your opinion a little bit on it, oh my shits, people freak out. They just freak out. And it's so funny because I'm doing the exact opposite of what you think I'm trying to do. Like, bro, trying to make the motocross games better, trying to get them to the standards of what we all expect. Man, like, that's all I'm trying to do. It will only make the games better and make more people buy the games and make people play these games for longer. If they have a little Enduro series or a little Trail series or a little Enduro Cross series, if they have 2 or 3 more outdoor motocross tracks, that's all it's going to do. You can talk about it's not supposed to have this, it shouldn't have that, it doesn't need that, whatever the hell you want to formulate up in your head, but I'm just telling you the facts. If it did have more of all those things, it would just make the game better and make the game sell more copies. That's all it would do. If you had more actual track content in these games, like as far as like more motocross tracks and a trail track or a hill climb, you know, series or whatever, all it would do is sell more copies of the game, dog. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you're getting mad at me just for stating facts. Like, it's actually insane. But either way, I feel like a lot of you guys are coming to your senses now that you're seeing me be so positive about Supercross 3. You're starting to realize, oh, shit, maybe he's not just a hater of Milestone. Maybe he's just been speaking his real-ass opinions this whole time. Oh, damn. Wow. It's crazy, isn't it? Good God. I'm so glad that Milestone finally made at least a decent game here, physics-wise, that and track design-wise, that it's like I can come out here and, you know, show you and explain what I've been talking about this whole time. Just so happy about that. But either way, we'll see what they do with Supercross 4 and 5 and whatever MXGP 2020 or whatever the hell it's supposed to be. As far as like more track, I think the kind of track content and everything's just going to get more and more and more over the games, and you're seeing that with these 8, you know, outdoor test Supercross training tracks, and I think they're going to get to the point where they start giving you like 2 or 3 free ride compound tracks versus just 1. You know, they're going to really start doing cool, different shit, but it's taken them a little while, but I think they're eventually going to get it at some point, so... Can I even get on this? Holy shit. We got it, dog. God, that's actually really hard to get on this. But yeah, this is what I was saying, like those cool little challenge things you could have where it's like you got to like cross these little super narrow beams and then jump something to this, to that, or, you know, whatever. They can make some really cool little challenge mode, like areas, little like little stunt area, you know, something cool like that. I feel like it'd be pretty sick. There's got to be a jump. Yeah, there's a big-ass jump over there. where you like try not to fall down a ledge or whatever. Be really cool if they made like a cool, just a little more different kind of racing content to the games. That'd be pretty sick. But either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, my dudes.